All right, going live. Just say welcome to anyone watching. Hi, this is Kat Chancellor and Kat Chancellor at Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am just coming to you live in on my YouTube channel because I just uploaded some projects featuring the Perfectly Plaid bundle. Now, you may recall that this bundle was part of the 25 products under $25. Great idea. You have the stamp set and the punch. You have this gold gift box. You have some rhinestones, and you have the paper. So I'm going to put it all together and show you some of the projects that I came up with. And I've just posted them on my blog. So first of all, here it is in the catalog. The catalog just went live. And it's on this page here, page 13, where you can see the projects that inspired me that I wanted to show you how easy it is to put together. So I put together this Christmas cheer card right here. I use the punch to punch out this card here, as well as making this wonderful gift box, again using the stamps and the punch, and some really fun tags. And let me see, I have some tags in here that I made. Here's some really cute little tags. And I also have, let me close this up, I also have these little tags here. And these are the tags I kind of wanted to feature right now live, because I give you all the directions in the recipe for putting together these tags on my blog. So go to my blog and you'll get all the recipes that products and ideas that you need. So here's this tag, and then there's this tag, and I'm using all this wonderful paper from this bundle. So to begin with, I'm going to start out with putting together this box, and we're going to put this box together, and then we're going to go ahead and make these tags. Now, the box comes, if you buy the bundle, I would really recommend it because it's only like $65. You can put this gorgeous gold box together here, and we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how easy it is to put together. It's food safe, but you can put 3x3 cards as well as treats, any kind of treat that you want to put in. You just go ahead and you fold it this way, and then voila, you have your pizza box. And there is your pizza box. And now we're going to decorate the front. Now, what I use to cut out using the stitch frames and the circle dies. Again, everything's on my blog, but I'm just going to show you. Here are the stitched frame, the stitched circles, and it's just simply the second one into the layering set. And then I used not the largest. Here you can see this is the largest. I used the next size over, and it's the scalloped, and they nest very nicely inside each other. So I cut these two out of the cherry cobbler, and that's going to go layered on top of that. So those are the pieces that you need. We're then going to take some Whisper White and we're going to stamp. And let me go ahead and get my stamping paper here. We're going to stamp using both Night of Navy on the spruce, and this is our spruce, and our Whisper White, and we're using the same stamp set. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to take out this piece right here, this stamp set right there. It fits very nicely on a block. And the first thing I'm going to stamp is I'm going to go ahead and stamp the Night of Navy. And since this is photopolymer, as you know, I should have a piercing mat underneath my my paper so I can get a nice crisp image. So there's that's stamped. And then I'm simply going to put that aside, and I'm going to use some Whisper White right here, and I'm using the shaded spruce color. So let me open up the shaded spruce color. I'm going to ink this up, and we're going to go ahead and stamp that there. The other thing I want to stamp before I put all my my ink away is I want to take out the sentiment here. Now that I've done my trees, I'm going to take out the sentiment here, Merry Christmas. So I'm going to put that back, take out Merry Christmas, that goes on that block, and I'm going to stamp that in the Night of Navy. So here's Merry Christmas in Night of Navy right there. Okay, so I have everything stamped. And I'm hoping there's someone watching, and you can let me know if anybody is watching. I'd love to hear from you. Send me a little message. Hoping that you can hear this correctly. And everything looks like it's recording, so I'm still not totally perfect on how to do live. Okay, so now I'm going to take my punch, and I'm simply going to line this up right here, and look how nicely that comes out. Line it up right there. I'm going to punch out that tree. And I'm going to take my punch, and I'm going to punch out this tree. And the way you want to line it up is just make sure that this little I guess trunk of the tree is there in the middle. So I have those two pieces. Then I want to cut this out. I'm going to use a little small cutter here, and I want to cut this. Now the Christmas is lined up right there, and I'm going to cut that one right there. Okay, so now I have my Merry Christmas, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this aside. Oh no, I'm going to need this because now I'm going to cut out some plaid paper, and I've got some neat plaid colors right here, and this will, it's basically going to go right over, my sentiment is going to go right over this, and I want to make sure that my plaid paper isn't any longer than my box. So my plaid paper is probably going to go, let's see, we're going to just cut this right about here, and I'm kind of guessing, but this is about 1 inch. And then if you looked at where the plaid paper ends, the plaid paper it's a good to cut right about there. You can see right there where that line is. So I'm going to cut that right there. I'll put that aside. So I have my Merry Christmas and my plaid paper, and now I can cut this just a little bit short, because I want to go ahead and make sure that this tag shows up right about there, I guess. And then I'm going to cut this one. Let me grab a pair of snips, and I want to cut this just very carefully. I'm going to cut to the middle, then I'm going to cut here to the middle, and I should have a nice little pennant right there. And that is how my Merry Christmas, oops, wrong one. That is how my Merry Christmas is going to go, and it's going to go right here on top of my box. Okay, just like that. Let me turn it around so you can see. So that's going to go there. I'm going to have my Merry Christmas right there, and I'm going to kind of put that a little bit askew. And then I have my two trees that I cut, and let me make sure I find those somewhere here. Oh, here they are. And then I have my my two trees that I'm going to layer on top of each other. Okay, so I also want to get a little bit of twine, and in this case I'm going to pop over to my stack of my roll of twine, and I have some really pretty gold twine here that I want to use. Mel Hall, thank you for joining me. Yes, I love Christmas, and I just wanted to show you how easy it is to put some of these things together. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to put these pieces together, and I'm going to use some all-purpose glue, just very simple in the middle. And this circle is going to go layered right there on top of this scalloped cherry cobbler piece. And that is going to go right there on top of my box. And I just have that other one there as a sample. I'm then going to take my Merry Christmas tag, and I'm just going to kind of put it like that. And what I want to do is kind of want to have it just kind of a little bit askew like that, because I think that's really pretty. And I'm just going to grab some snail, and I'm just going to kind of run a piece of snail right there so that I can put that kind of like that. And you can see how pretty that's going to look. That's going to look right there. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some of this gold twine that I have. Oh wow, you're watching from England. Oh, that's so cool, Mel. It must be evening for you there. It's what time is it? It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm here in Pensacola, Florida. We have just had some really bad hurricanes going through, if you've been watching from the States. And it's been a challenge, but our blessings are with all the people that were affected, primarily the people in, I believe, in Bermuda. Now this is just not going to work because it's too short, so I'm going to have to back this out and kind of go one less twist. But yes, our prayers and blessings to all the people in Bermuda that have lost life and property. I am a retired naval officer that was stationed on the island of Guam, where my son was very young at the time, and we lost our entire house to a super typhoon there in the Pacific region. So I'm very, 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 my heart goes out to all people who are affected by these terrible storms. So I just wanted to kind of say that, because that has been on my mind. Whenever storms are, I always go back to the experiences that my family had. Okay, so there we go. I kind of did the Merry Christmas, and I'm going to pull in a little bit so you can kind of see where I kind of tied that. So this is going to go right about here, but what I want to put on next is I have my 2 trees. Now my trees are going to kind of overlap each other like that, and I don't want to build this up too high, so I'm not going to use any dimensionals. So all I'm going to do is just get a piece of snail and put it right here on the back of this tree, right there, and then I'm just going to kind of like put that right there, because I kind of want this white tree is going to be my focal point right there. And then I'm going to put that right there so that the tip, and this is where it fits nicely. The top of this tree is going to fit very, very nicely right there inside this circle, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and just put some snail, and I'm going to just lay that down right there. So that is the top. So now I can go ahead, and I'm going to be very generous with my snail, because this is kind of slippery paper. So I want to make sure I get a very good, I fix it well. It's going to, my trees are straight up and down, and I'm going to kind of bear more to the top, because I'm going to put my tags right there. So that's kind of where my tag is going to go. Now what I do to make sure that things really, really stick is my favorite go-to is, no, the box. If you came up with the box comes with this set, and I showed on my the video that you can put this box together, and it's part of my challenge, which is I am using the products from this Wrapped in Plaid suite, but these products are actually on this list. And go to my blog at stampartconnection.com, and there's $25 below. I don't know what that is in pounds, but you can see here's the paper, here's the stamp set and the punch, and then here's this gold box. This gold box is good for 3x3 cards, or it's also food safe. So I hope that kind of explains how I put the box together. So I assembled the box, but I didn't make the box. All right, I'm using some of this tear tape, and I've put the tear tape, if you see how I did it, I put it so it overlaps everything, and then it goes right over my twine here, so it kind of holds that in place. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut that, and I'm going to place that right about there. The bottom of my paper is going to align with the bottom of my thing. Isn't that pretty? But we're not done yet, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to embellish it. I have some of these little heart or stars, hearts, and circles, and this is a retired product, but if you go on my blog, you'll show where you can get the star, so that you can put it on yours. I put my little star right there, and then I have some red rhinestones, but in the annual catalog, in the holiday catalog, they offer these wonderful jewels that include red as well. But I'm just going to go use what I have, and I'm going to put one right there. I'm going to put one right there, and I'm going to put one right there, and I'm also going to put one right here for the right above the eye for the Merry Christmas. And I might even go ahead and put one right there. So there you go. Isn't that pretty? So there it is. There's your box. It was very, very simple. Just a couple of punch outs and you have your box. So everything that you need is on my blog. So you can go ahead and put this together. I just wanted to do a fast live video so you could see how you assemble. Now the next thing I want to show you is I want to show you this really cool tag. And Mel, this is for you because I know you love making Christmas cards. I love making tags. I love making tags because they're easy, they're fast, and here's an idea. Here's a Christmas idea for the office or for someone. Make this little box and you can fill it up with some little tags, and you can give it to them as any of your little parties that you may have. So how we're going to put this tag together right here is I'm going to take some Whisper White, and let me look around and make sure I have what I need. And the Whisper White that I'm going to need here, I believe, and since I'm doing this live and I don't have my blog up, I'm going to have to actually measure it. I want this to be 2 by 4. So let me grab my little cutter over here, and I'm going to cut this. And here's my 2 inches right there. And let me back out so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So I have 2 inches right there. And there's 4. Okay, so there's my tag. Now, the other piece I'm going to need, and I've already cut this out because I'm going to use the same size that we used on our box is what we're going to use for our tag. And I think I showed it to you. It's on the layering circle dies, the stitch frame circle dies. So we're going to use that same one. I've already cut it out, and this is in the shaded spruce. I'm going to have to take my mic off and go over here and get my my tag topper punch. And I'm just going to go ahead, and it fits perfectly. I'm going to slide it in here just to the top, and we're going to punch. Okay, so there is our tag using our tag topper punch. Okay, this is the circle that's going to go here. So I'm actually going to, before I put that, what I want to do is I want to go over here and grab my North Pole delivery right here. Is this it? Yeah, North Pole delivery. And I'm going to put that on the block. Now, I am going to use, and I'm going to get my piercing mat here. I like to use, when I've got small areas to stamp, I like to take my Stampin' Right marker, and I like to just go over the letters that I need, because there's some other embellishments here on this stamp that I don't really want to get on my tag. Okay, so I just roll that over there, and then I'm going to just stamp right there, North Pole delivery. So there you go. I don't have all the other little embellishments, flourishes that are on that stamp, and that's a good way, good trick to go ahead. See here's the flourish that I was trying to avoid adding. I just wanted the words. So let me just put that back in there. Okay, so now that I have that stamped, now that tells me where I want to put this. So I'm going to go ahead, and again, for tags can get, you know, a little rough handled. So I like just to kind of use a piece of tear tape, because this is excellent adhesive. A little bit more stronger than snail, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put that right there. Okay, so now I have to build my little tree. This is easy peasy, so easy. And let me go over here. I have a whole box of stuff, and let's see. I'm going to, like, here's a little tree I made right here. It's kind of cute. Anyway, I'm trying to find my paper. I don't see any paper, so I'm going to have to pull out a new sheet, because I think I've used all my plaid. All right, so I've got a green, so I think the color that I want to use, I think I want to use this. Now, what do I have? Yeah, I want to use this color right here. And look how pretty. That is so pretty because it kind of glimmers. You see that? So I'm going to cut 2 of these right here out of my paper pack. Okay, and I have 2 trees. Now I'm going to grab my scoreboard. And here's my scoreboard. All right, and I'm going to put my tree, let me just pull in so you can see this. I'm going to put my tree, the top of my tree and the middle of the bottom of that tree, I'm going to put it right there so that I can just basically score the middle. And then I'm going to do it with my other one. You just put this little tip right inside one of those little grooves. Make sure that the center of your trunk is lined up between 2 grooves, and then just go ahead and crease right there. All right, so let's put that aside. And let me tell you why we did that. We're going to fold one of these. Okay, and then we're going to leave this one flat, because what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of this fine tip glue and I'm going to run a bead right inside. Make sure my glue comes out. Oh, there it is. Because you see where we had this crease. I'm going to run a bead right along, a bead of glue right inside that crease. Okay, now that I've done that, I put this fine tip doohickey thing away, close it tight because I don't want to lose my glue. Now that I've done that, I'm going to make sure that I use my bone folder, and I'm going to kind of crease my little tree that I crimped there, and then I'm going to lay that, I'm going to lay that right inside that crease. Okay, I'm going to lay it inside that crease, and I'm just going to very carefully just kind of run it like that. Okay, and let's let that dry. Okay, that has got to dry. And I could even probably help it dry a little. There it is. It's done. Okay, so now I can put this tree right here, kind of put the edge of my tree at the the bottom of my tree, right at the top of my stitched. And again, since tags can get jostled about, I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of tear tape on the back. And I'm going to just put that right there. And that's going to go up like that. Okay, now all I need to do is find a nice little star. Again, everything is on my blog. I have bells in here. These are these wonderful little bells that came with the bundle. Now, if you buy the punch, and the stamp set, it's like $30. For $30 more, you can get the entire suite. Okay, and all that you need is that you don't have with what I'm showing you is this twine, because you're going to get some ribbon, and you're not going to get the rhinestones, but those are only $6. So that's, I mean, that is really a good deal. Let's see, how do I want to put this on? Let's see. I kind of struggle with my bell. Nope, this is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to link my bell in there. And these actually, I don't know if you can hear that, but they actually, they chime. Just put that in there. Okay, and boom. Look at that. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? So there's your tree. Here's your tags. And all you have to do to make this tag is simply fussy cut the little socks that are in this paper right here. Use the same dimensions as you did for this white, only you're going to go ahead and take your tag topper and you're going to punch both sides. And then I just use some of the shimmery white embossing powder to do the ho ho ho, but it's the same colors. I use layering squares. Again, everything that you need is on my blog, but I've given you a fast demonstration of how easy it is to put these together, and these can fit very nicely, and you can send a little gift of 4 or 5 tags, and as well as being able to make these beautiful cards. So I hope that you enjoyed this this fast presentation. Go to my blog, get all the information, and please like my video, leave a comment, and Mel, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It's so nice to be doing this and actually feel like I'm talking to someone. So God bless. Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. Happy stamping.